I mean, there's things that's gonna happen in the future with sound. People are gonna probably freak out. We're only tapping in slight ideas and concepts. But when we start tapping on who we really are and what the abilities we really have, what's gonna happen then? They're gonna probably freak out, right?
You know, the okay, this is going to be a very expansive answer to your question. It's going to come in 3 or 4-fold. Just about anybody could go to Canal Street Stereo and pick up 2 turntables and a mixer, and all of a sudden they're a DJ.
Well, I definitely want to get them like a little package deal. That way it's less than something like these. The Gig Master or something like that. Because that way you're not spending so much, because Technics run about $500 each. Looking about $1,500 for just the basic setup. For $500, you can get everything you need, get a feel for it, see if you like it.
By no means am I, a huge star, like, the big names like Fatboy Slim or anything, or, Moby. But the thing is I'm on the right road. I mean, I get fan mail. From around the world. I just finished a remix for a German guy, DJ Malente, in Germany. And I mean, the fact that he was in Germany and was able to get my record and liked it enough to hire me to do a remix for him, I mean, I consider that a success. I get emails weekly. I get thousands of hits to my site, and I get people from Australia. I have a huge following in Canada. You name it. I mean, I get emails from Russia. It's weird, it amazes me that they even have my music, considering that the record label's my own label. I do everything in my house, and I put it all out myself.
The confidence is that, it's a really nice question as well. I started to do this kind of underground record, minimalistic sounds of very minimalistic, but it has basses, rhythm, feeling, like that. But I said, Sammy, what's next? What next? I need the next step. I'm not going to do all my life that, because I'm a musician. Step a little bit more. Some dance record with some sample vocals, because in that time, young, I didn't know how really to work in a whole song with some samples. And after I said, Sammy, now you need something more. So in the end, I was looking for a song, doing a song. And I sold a few 8-9 mania records with an artist called Luna in Germany, Switzerland and Austria, which is I was doing in Holland and a few European countries. She was doing some Latin pop records with some dance influences. And we sold around 8-9 million. We had 3 number ones. We get few German Grammys, and I see that I had talent to be much more close to the people, to the mainstream. After that, it came this of doing the record for DJ Sammy, Heaven, which has exploded in more than 35 countries, and it's huge world success.
The thing is that there's really 2 DJ businesses. There's the DJ business that really only happens at the club level, and that's the majority of the DJ business. DJs become very popular, and people want to go see them, and they can, get $30,000 to spend for one night. If they're hot DJs, even $50,000. But that doesn't mean they can sell 10,000 records. There's many, many more working DJs than there are DJs who can sell records, and even the biggest DJs don't sell 200,000 units. Paul Oakenfold probably was the biggest, and Sasha and Digweed, who came close to around 250,000. But that was a few years ago, and those records now are selling almost 50% less. Some of the other guys, we have Junior Vasquez, he's a popular DJ, plays to 6,000 people a week in his big Saturday night, Sunday morning show. This guy, sells 15 to 20,000 units. You would think he would do 50 to 100, and in fact he used to. But so many DJs are making compilation records right now that the consumer's confused, and they spread their purchases over all of them, and they're buying based on repertoire versus just buying on the DJ.
I mean, I've put a lot of work into it. But my suggestion to people out there that want to get into this, ask yourself, what exactly do you want to do? What is your goal? Is your goal to be a DJ? Is your goal to make records? Is your goal to have a #1 hit? I haven't had a #1 hit. I've had a lot of songs do really well, but you know, just stay at it, stay focused, make music. Don't expect the first thing you make to be huge. You have to make. I made 100 songs, finished them, walked away from them before anything started to do anything. That's what you can't just expect to write a song and then it's going to do something, or even 10 or 20. It might take 100, it might take 200. But if you're persistent, I believe that you will have success in anything in life, but especially music.
I've kind of, how can you put it? I've got Reason software, and without sounding like a techno freak or whatever, you know, the spare time that I get, I am spent there. Repetitive beat after beat, element after element, probably do my flatmates' heads in, do my own head in, but hopefully, you know, I'm just going to carry on working and see what happens. I've got good management, so, you know, when they're ready, I'll pass them over, and hopefully Miami next year.
But I would definitely like to, mainly I would just like to sit at home and produce, and keep producing, and be kind of sought after, because, you know, people like the way that my beats sound, or they like that, you know, a specific remix I did for someone else. The next thing you know, I'm doing remixes for other people. I just really would like to just be able to sit back and produce, and then DJ. You know, DJ once a week. It's fine with me. You know, as long as I'm DJing and producing, I'm happy and I'm successful. And as long as I can make money and continue to do it without, you know, struggling, that's successful to me. This is ATPT, All Time Party Time Record Store. This is a pretty popular store in Dallas, and this is my wall right here. This is.
Okay, I heard it. What do you want to know? What do I think?
The guys down here looking to try to gain kind of, you know, exposure deals, I guess. And what chances do you think he's got?
I don't. The record is kind of competitive. I mean, it's kind of like in the same place and it doesn't move around. It kind of lives in when it starts. It doesn't really build. I think it might need maybe a vocal or something to that effect, because that's why I waited to see if it was going to do some kind of time change or a structure change, but it's just pretty, you know, in one place and it's kind of stuck. I don't know. I'm not saying that it can't get a deal.
It was not a big plan on my part. It was just something, I love singing, and DJing was a really fun and easy way for me to perform, you know, without having a band.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're all, none of us had any ego going into it, because, you know, we don't have that, like, I don't know, none of us want to be stars or have any ego or anything, and Larry's already had a lot of accomplishments, so he wasn't, like, out to prove anything. And, you know, we all know the project's a star, and at some point we all submerged part of our tastes for the betterment of the project. So it's nice. Everyone's a team player, so we're pretty lucky.
I don't know if I could be this successful, because when I started, it was so small a scene that it was really small. You knew everybody that made it. It was in Chicago. It basically wasn't too much outside of Chicago. Later on, it was in New York and then London. But I knew everybody that did it. I could walk into the radio station, give them a track, they'll play it. It's not like that now.
Reality is so many people can do it, and the same thing's happening. It's getting swamped. That's why there's so many 12-inch releases. So, you know, my thing is, if you're thinking of being an artist, you've really got to do something to set yourself apart. I think it's happened in hip hop. You know, hip hop is kind of, you know, the producers in hip hop. They got the same thing going, where, you know, everyone's a producer, but the guys that have succeeded have really kind of set themselves apart.
You know, I'm doing nothing new. I'm only putting my talent of the best what I can do.